and I'm pretty sure that Flossy will add some more to that.
Flossy actually preparing for his attack right now. I believe he's the one of the last, if not the last attacker for Dark Looters.
Yep.
And it's going to be, I imagine, I've heard this name many times, so I think we have a lot to expect from him today.
Well, again, we've seen 3 stars only from the Dark Looters so far today. Top of Japan, Greek Attack, Quebec Fury with only 2 stars. We've seen one star on the other war, but we'll get to that a little bit later as we watch Flossy right here dropping in again, Queen Charge. And we've got, I'm curious to watch where this Ice Golem goes, Klaus. Always fun to watch these on offense.
So the big question is, which way is the Queen gonna go? So the funnel established on the right-hand side. Queen, unfortunately, is diving a little deep. We need that Arch Tower to go down up there at the top. If it doesn't, the Queen stands a chance of going the wrong direction. There we go.
Your Ice Golem.
Man, that was a little stressful, but now the Queen's in the right direction.
Ice Golem pulled out the Barb King, Klaus. Beautiful move. That means the Queen's going to take no damage at all from that Barbarian King. He's distracted. He turned around and saw her, but it was way too late for him to do anything. But now, where's the Queen going? Because that multi-target Inferno on the Town Hall are definitely some targets that you would love to get down early.
Well, you can see with that King getting that funnel at the very, very bottom now with all those P.E.K.K.A at the top, and we'll see a few more bowlers charging in. You can see that the main portion of this attack is going in toward that Town Hall. So everything is collapsing onto this base very, very nicely. But what about the going up on the outside and that multi-Inferno on the opposite side of the Town Hall? It may be a bit difficult to deal with.
Exactly, that's a long ways away. What was also exciting to watch was the fact that the P.E.K.K.A broke through 2 different walls. There were no wall breakers, no jump spells through the first 2 layers of walls. Here comes a Stone Slammer going straight for the Town Hall, Klaus.
Valkyries or balloons? Valkyries or balloons?
I'm going with Valkyries this time. Let's watch that Stone Slammer goes down. And it's balloons, of course it's balloons.
I didn't guess, but never mind.
All right, but nonetheless, the Town Hall goes down, so there's your 2nd star, although they didn't get very far past that Town Hall because of the expos that were up in the area.
Well, we're lucky because the healers tacked onto the P.E.K.K.A, so that's a good sign. But unfortunately, you can see up here that, remember that Inferno Tower I mentioned at the very top? It is still up, and nothing is going to be able to get near that thing until all of these troops circle around the top and end up at about 1 o'clock. So, do we have enough time? 60 seconds? The P.E.K.K.A are slow, but are they that slow?
Showing you their weakness, Klaus, and they may be extremely strong as far as how many hit points they have, the damage they put out, but boy, are they slow when it comes to cleanup, and that's pretty much mostly what Flossy has left for cleanup troops here.
But fortunately, there is a lot of cleanup to be had, which means he can accumulate even more percentage. And you know, with this actually looks really tight. Look at that. There's no cleanup on any side except for right in front of all those defenses. So with enough time, we might actually be able to get this 3-star here.
See if a healer picks up one of those P.E.K.K.As right there. I don't think we're going to have enough time. But man, there's still at least 4 P.E.K.K.As on the screen, and yeah, they've got 2 layers of walls to get through, so no chance for the 3-star, but very nearly high 90s for Flossy. A beautiful attack right here.
If it weren't for these max blue walls, we might actually see them break through that final layer. So that's one of the best reasons why you want to get your walls upgraded, because look at this, these P.E.K.K.A are really struggling to get through these walls right now. That is a 98% star, very close to the 3-star.
Amazing. There was a moment there where I thought maybe we called the 2-star too soon as you're watching those P.E.K.K.As get through that last wall, but you're
never call stuff too soon, Gally. Come on.
Of course not. Just call them wrong, like balloons or Valkyries.
Yeah, that was a competition. That was fun.
Absolutely wiped out that Town Hall there, and that was a good move. I mean, you got to think that the plan was balloons with a haste spell there, because the balloons, Flossy was hoping the balloons would take out the Town Hall, move to the Expo, and then maybe move over the wall, where Valkyrie would have been stuck, obviously, trying to get through another layer of walls.
Absolutely. If those balloons had kept going, could have gotten the value, possibly would have been the triple. But magzum with the final attack had a message for those at home. Gave it a wink, give it a thumbs up. Now it's time to start the final attack in this first war. By the way, there are 4 wars that we're going to be watching today. This is only the first, so just because we're coming to the end of this war, don't go anywhere. There's a lot more to come.
And again, right now, even though it looks like Quebec Fury can't beat Dark Looters, we need to remember that this is about the top 2 clans today, 2 advancing to tomorrow's playoffs, and Greek Attack and Top of Japan in the background have not been putting up 3 stars. So with a solid performance right here, Quebec Fury is absolutely still in the running to advance to the playoffs.
That's right, and with that funnel set up, Magzum is starting this queen walk attack, but look at this, dragons. Oh yes, wait in anticipation, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the first dragon attack that we have seen today. Very, very exciting, because there's nothing better than watching a group of dragons bombard that town hall like that.
They will not have a problem with the, well, the Lava Hound came out. I was wondering if it was going to be all archers. Good freeze right there on the Expo and on that Eagle Artillery. Unusual base, Klaus. Definitely not a layout that we've seen.
No, we've seen nothing of the sorts. I mean, so there goes the town hall, as we were saying. He needs that 50%. He wants that 3-star. But again, back to the base design. You don't, yeah, I mean, it's very wide open. It's definitely meant to stop something like an electric dragon attack where the chain lightning requires only one space between the buildings. This one's very spread out, so that's good. That's going to defend against that. But what about the real, like the original dragons? What about those?
Well, it looks like those dragons have pursued the Lava Hound over here to the right-hand side, and now the defending Archer Queen, she's just about to get involved, as is that isolated multi-target Inferno. I really like this base setup as far as right there in the middle, having the Archer Queen, the King, and that multi-target Inferno. Tough to get to.
Very tough, especially with that stinking sweeper blowing things around everywhere. Now, fortunately, these dragons will still get some value. They're going to keep roaming around the space counterclockwise, and this queen walk is actually going to dive straight at it, take out the sweeper, and then start working on the Inferno Tower and the Wizard Tower. This is going to come down not to whether the troops survive, but whether the clock is nice to us.
I think you're right, Klaus. Now, she is after the Barbarian King right there. She has already used her ability, but she should be able to stay ahead here. It's going to be close. Inferno Tower's on her as well. So
Come on, go! Come on!
Good job done.
No, if the queen had survived that, then we would have seen a very, very high percentage. But unfortunately, I don't think the dragons are fast enough to get through the final 25%. So unfortunately, this will be a 2-star, but honestly, one of the highest percentages that we've seen from Quebec Fury today.
It actually is going to be the highest percentage, Klaus. Their highest to this point is 75%. Magzum looks like he's easily going to pass 80 right here. So a solid number, and again, if it comes down to a tie in stars later on today to see who advances to tomorrow, it's attacks like this that make all the difference.
You know, these guys came into this very confident. They were telling me that they've been preparing for this for years. They were so excited that Supercell was releasing a Clash of Clans World Championship tournament. And, you know, as soon as they heard the announcement, they just wanted to jump up and cheer for joy, because it was finally the opportunity to see who's the best in the world. And it looks like we're seeing that they're being challenged pretty handily right now.
Absolutely, and it's been exciting to watch clans from all over the world converge here in Katowice, Poland. Is that 87%?
Yes.
Great performance from Quebec Fury.
It looks like Dark Looters will take it today, 12-10.
So Dark Looters' first 4 winners.
That's it. I mean, living the dream, right? Basically showing us exactly what everyone expected of the German lineup. Part of the Dark Looters family, we know that. The Spotlight Gaming is already qualified for the big finale of the Clash of Clans World Championship. And these guys seem to be off to a good start in Group B with 12 stars from just their first matchup. So